Yo, what's up guys? My name is Jax, and today we are going to be showing you, or I'm going to be showing you, a command and event loader for Discord.js. We'll make a couple of simple commands like ping, help, and eval maybe, where these commands are very useful in a day-to-day use making bots. So we're going to get started with making a directory where we right click, make a new folder. We call this command event loader. Actually, let's rename this. Let's not ruin the tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna open up this directory and right click again. We're gonna open up command window and type in npm init. So npm init is a Node.js. Actually, it's the Node package manager command for initting a package.json file. So we're gonna do this command here, and it asks for a package name. We're just gonna leave it as our directory name as command event loader tutorial. Version, we'll just do 0.0.1. Description, okay, we're gonna make our file app.js. Test command, we could do node app.js. We don't need to do that. No repository at the time. Don't need any keywords, but I'm just gonna put discord.js there. And license. Okay, so yes. We've now created a package.json file, which we can see right here. So let's move this again here, and we're gonna type. So we're gonna. So we need one package for now, which is discord.js. So we're gonna do npm install discord.js. We're not gonna save it. So now we've created a package -lock, but we won't really use that, so we don't need the -- save. And now we can discard this command prompt. We're just gonna leave it down there. Right click and new text document. Oh, I didn't mean rich text format, but anyway, app.js. It's gonna confirm that we want to change the file name extension. There we go. So I use VS Code as a text editor. So just gonna open up VS Code here. Open up the app.js file. Get rid of the rich text format. And we're gonna start by requiring discord.js as discord. String discord.js, and I'm just going to require a semicolon. So we're going to create a client instance as discord.client. It's a constructor function, so we use the keyword new. And we're not going to have any client options at the time. We might add disable at everyone and at here, because that can get maybe I can't speak, but anyway, we're gonna create a config file. So we're gonna create a file which we use to store our token and prefix for the time being. So in VS Code we can right click and create a new file. I'm gonna call it config.json. So JSON is JavaScript object oriented file or something like that, don't quote me. But this is where we use the format, curly braces, string, token, forgot the name, and we're gonna get our Discord token, which we'll go show how we can get in a second. And for now, we'll set prefix as null or empty string. Okay. So there we've got a config.json file made. Let's go get a Discord bot token. So we're going to go to Discord app.com/developers/applications/me. If you aren't already logged in, it's just going to bring you to this page. And I've got all these bots. Create a new app, and we're going to call it tutorial command loader top meaning tutorial. Just some funny gif, because why not? Okay, so we now have this page. So at the moment this page is only really useful for Discord OAuth, which, you know, you really don't want to do Discord OAuth without a bot. So we need to create a bot user. And yes, do it. Now we have a bot user. So let's go over a couple of things on this page. Your client ID is like a user ID. So if I right click, I've got developers mode on. If I right click copy ID, that's my ID. So client ID is the bot's user ID. Client secret is an OAuth bearer token for like authenticating, I guess. Username is the application's name at the moment. You can't really change that. And token is this little bit of a long string which you'll copy and paste into our config.json file. And public bot means at the moment only I, the owner of the bot, can invite it to servers. If I was to make it public, anybody could. And require OAuth code grant, which I actually have no clue what this is. But you should never tick it because it's for OAuth, I know that, and you won't be using OAuth at all in this tutorial. Redirect URLs for OAuth, app name just changes the name of the application on the page, doesn't actually change the bot name. App description, so app description, when you invite the bot has a bit of a description there. Rich presence, we're not going to play around with that. So save changes. Let's copy this token into our config.json file. There we go. Save it. So now we're going to require our config file, which we could actually do object destructuring. So token and prefix. Why do I keep putting a dot? Let me get prefix equals require from dot slash forward slash config.json. Sorry about that. And semicolon. So now we have the token and prefix variables that we just destructured out of the config file from token and prefix. And at the moment, if we were to come here, do node app.js, this is how we would start the bot, as node is node is what we're writing the bot in, or JavaScript for say. So node directory. So at the moment we're in the directory where app.js is, so we don't need forward slash at all. Enter this. There's nothing actually going on. So Node has its mind of itself. It just stops if nothing needs to happen. But if we were to, let's say, do client.on, as we define client as our discord.client, ready event. So ready is a event in discord.js. I'll just load the page up. Sorry guys. So we go to client event. So we go down, we find ready. Ready doesn't pass any parameters, it's just when the bot's ready. So we need a callback function where you pass nothing, but we use ES6 arrow function, semicolon, which actually we're not going to use a blocked scope here. We're just gonna console.log with template literals, client.user.username, which here here client.user, we go to client. So client has a user property which refers to client user. Client user is a class that extends user, and here we can get pretty much a lot more user data than the user class. Only on our user though, the client user. Here we want username, so this is a property, it's just a string. Client user ready to bot, just a simple ready event. And up. Oh, we're not actually logging in. The bot's gonna do nothing if we don't log in. So client.login is a function from discord.js, and if we go to client, it's a method. So we look here, login. So we put our token. We have a parameter token. See, we define token here. So just gotta put token in. Okay, now the bot's gonna start up. Command loader tut, which is what we named the bot, ready to bot, which doesn't really make any sense, but meh. So here we're logging in. We've logged in as our bot. So that's all cool, right? It is. But how are we loading events and commands? So here we're gonna require FS, and we're gonna require promisify from the Node.js module util. We're gonna make the read directory function promisified from FS file system. It's another Node.js module. So let's just move that up. So let's actually move that event down. Here we're gonna constant require FS as F I can't spell, semicolon. So now we have the FS, the file system Node.js module, and we're also going to require promisify from the util module. We're going to use object destructuring again. Don't know why I had an array there. Okay, equals require util. So there we go. So now we have the function promisify. Now we're gonna have to make our read directory function. So constant read direct or dir equals promise fs.read directory. There we go. So we have a redirect function. We're going to use this in our command and event load function, or the load function we're going to make using ES6 functions. So yeah, we have that. I'm just going to group that up here. So here we're going to create a discord.js collection, which, scroll up, collection, it extends map, JavaScript. Its map is like a an array for say. So let's do client.commands. Here we set a variable called commands to client equals a new, because Discord collections is a constructor, a class constructor, I guess. New Discord dot collection. It's a function. Or yeah. Okay, so there we go. We have client.commands as a good. Can't speak tonight. So here, that's all good. So let's go down one. let's create our init or load function. We're going to use async because we promisified the fs read directory, and I don't want to use .then. We're going to await the promise. So block scope, or yeah. Okay, so here is what we're doing is just making a simple function. This function does nothing at the moment. But we're gonna await read directory function where we're gonna create a commands directory. So commands. Here it's gonna load our commands. So constant command files equal await. Now await, async await is an function for awaiting promises and a couple other things. Not going to go into detail about that as I'm not that knowledgeable about async await. Sorry about that. So we're going to call our promisified function fs.read file read directory for the /commands. Oops, caps lock. Hello. / semicolon. So now we've got command files equals await. So we can console.log command files. It's got nothing in it at the moment, but we could console.log it. Oh, we're not actually calling the function at all. Let's just call the function after the login. Load. It's an empty array, because read directory returns an array. So let's create a file called ping.js in commands, and let's just do module.exports.run equals client and message. This isn't gonna run at all at the moment, but let's just make an example here. So let's rerun. Went up. Again. Now it's an array. It's got ping.js in there. So we're gonna for each this array. If you need to learn more about for each, go to just go to MDN, up the search bar up there, array for each. Array.prototype.forEach. And it has a great examples there. I don't see how you could be struggling. And let's call each file. We're going to try catch here, just so we can catch any errors in command. So now let's just call create a variable or constant f, where it requires the file from the directory. When you try to use temple literals in a string, GG. We're gonna require the file, as file is a name. See here in the array, it's a name, so that's how we require it. So we're gonna split the we're gonna make sure all files start with end with .js. So here, if file dot split is a string function for splitting spaces. I don't quote me on that. I'm gonna dot slice, not screen. No, thank you. -1. And get the first item in the array. And if it does not equal, or if the n does not equal JS, we're going to return It's just not gonna work at all. It's just not gonna work past that line. So here, it won't work if file name does not end with JS. There we go. So here we have the discord.js collection, where we're gonna set all the commands in that directory into that collection. So client.commands.set. Set is a function with map, so map set key, so the command name, which in here we're going to do module.exports.conf or config but it's short, equals object name string ping. We could just do it by file name, but why? So file dot f.conf.name, and we're just gonna set conf here. Now we can access everything in the command. There we go. So now let's console.log client.commands. Oops, I didn't end my try catch. So E is a variable, the error. Console.error is a function. String, actual temple literal. Error in command. E.stack. We're gonna get the full stack of the error. Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay, so first is the console.log of command files, the array of files. The collection. So ping has a run function, which is the empty function here, and conf is here, the name, and the bot is up. Though I've been doing a bit of code, I haven't actually haven't invited the bot to our server. So we're gonna grab our client ID here, and we're gonna go to Discord API. This is not the official API website at all. We're gonna insert our client ID, none of the require code grant, redirect URL, none, and give it no permissions, scope, bot. Click on that URL, it's gonna invite the bot with 0 permissions to 100% private, our testing server. So the bot is now invited, and we're going to go back to the server. Now we have the bot here. So the bot doesn't do anything at all. We don't have a ready event, but I did say command an event loader. We've only loaded commands so far. We actually probably should put the file, and that is commands, but let's do events. So events is a bit different. We're gonna make a events directory. So we could do the same thing as commands and make a module.exports.conf, but we're just going to do it by file name. Okay. So let's constant event files equals await directory, string dot slash events slash semicolon. So here we're going to do the same thing as command files. It's an array because we're reading directory, like I said before. So event files dot for each. Let's do file again, and block scope function. So let's just copy and paste the same function we used from the. Okay, my lint is starting to kick in. Weird. Let's just copy the same function as we did with the command. So if it does not end in JavaScript or JS, return. It won't work. So we need to get the file name. So constant event name equals. I'm just doing evt as a shortcut to event. Equals file dot split dot. So after the dot, we're gonna get the first item in the array. In Google Chrome, can you fuck off? Yeah. Gonna get a copyrighted ban from YouTube for saying the F word. That'd be nice. Event equals so here we're gonna require the event like we did with the command. So temple literal dot slash events slash temple literal file. Semicolon. So here is the very cool part, like actually very cool. Client.on. So like the ready event, which we're going to remove in a minute and go to the events file. We client.on the event name. Here's the cool part. Event has a like bind function. I didn't really look into this, so I can't tell you much. I got this from a friend called Root. He does the he did the music bot tutorial, which was very good, I must say, but could be a lot better. Where we do event dot bind null. Null is the first argument, and then client. It's referring to client, what we defined as our discord.client up there. Okay, no. So now, if we were to make a ready event, that would work. Now, we're going to do a very cool thing again, and delete the require.catch. So the catch of the event file. No, it's actually an array. Well, not an array, sorry, but require.resolve dot slash events slash files. No. Okay, there we go. This is gonna load events now. So we only need the console.log part of this, and we can delete our ready event. So we save this, and we're gonna go to our events file, events folder, sorry, and do ready.js. And we're gonna do module.exports equals async. We don't need async, but I'm just gonna call async here. Client. Client must always be the first parameter of the events file, or the other parameters of the event will not work. At the ready does not have any parameters, so we don't need to worry about that. We'll just pass client. And here we console.log. See, it worked. And I don't have any ready event in here at all. I'm just going to remove these console.logs. That's loading some commands. Now we need to make a message event, where this message event will run our commands. So we need to go back to our config, and let's do a prefix. Just gonna make it exclamation mark. No big deal. So we're gonna create a new event called message. Message is a event in discord.js. Whenever a message is created, that event is fired. Passes the message parameter. So module. Oh, I didn't even put .js. Lol. So module dot exports equal async, like I said, client and message, or message, but we can do message for sure. So here we have an empty message event. We're gonna do a very simple prefix, just for the sake of it, but we're gonna check if it's a guild or if it's a bot. So my indent if does not equal message.guild return. We won't return it here. We're gonna do or message.author.bot. So message.guild is referring to the guild object here. If it was in a guild, the message.author is referring to user. Message.author.bot is referring to user.bot. It's a boolean. If it's true, return. And if I could spell, that would be nice. Here we're just going to do a very simple prefix. I'll go in about prefix mentions later in part 2. But for now, we're just going to do very simple constant prefix equals. Actually, we want to be able to access client.config. So we're going to do the same thing as commands. Client.config equals require ./config.json, and we're going to remove that here, and just do client.config.token. So there we're logging in from client.config, which we defined here. Client.config.prefix will refer to the JSON file here. So there we have a prefix variable. If message.content, let's do message.content dot starts with prefix return. So if message.content does not start with prefix return. Let's make an args. So constant args equals message.content dot slice. We're gonna slice it by our prefix.length, which is 1 as / exclamation mark is 1 character, so it's 1 at the moment. Dot trim is a array function. Don't quote me on that. Dot split using a regex here, or regexp plus /g. So global semicolon. So now we have args. We're gonna make a variable called command, just so we can args.shift and to lowercase it for easy use. So shift it here. That's a function dot to lower case. There we go. I'm gonna space this out a bit just so it's more readable. So let's get the command from the client.commands collection. So get is a map method. Let's get command. So if no command return, so don't run after this line. And I've been told not to await command.run, but in each command we're going to be returning a promise. It can be handy sometimes. You probably shouldn't be doing it, but I do for the sake of it. So here, this is how we're going to be passing client and message and args. Client is what we're defined up here. Message is what we defined up here. And args is what we define right here. There. So let's go to our ping command. And let's do a tab return message.channel.send ping pong semicolon. Okay. Okay, so let's go to testing, a prefix, and ping. Oh, message. Starts with. Gotta have an S in there. I'll start it up. And it returns ping pong. Let's do a little bit of a cooler version, I guess you can say, is where we do constant m equals await, async await, message.channel.send pong, actually ping, and then we can return m.edit pong. And the cool thing we're doing here is m.created at compared to message.created at. I should actually be doing timestamp, but it's alright. Actually, it's milliseconds, so ms, full stop. So, see how it edits the message here? Ping, chain editors. No errors, no unhandled reaction errors, which is lit. Actually, I've got so many mentions, just realized. Lol. Yeah. This is a very example, very basic. I'm probably going to do more commands sooner or later. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. My name is Jax. Peace out.